Hello there. Good evening to you all and a massive welcome to the channel. Tonight's addiction is simple. You only have 1 hour to farm, what do you do? So grab a drink, sit back and relax and I shall explain in more detail. Did you lovely people realize that you do not need to put in hours of farming to make gold in World of Warcraft? When it is extremely possible to make some decent gold even if you can only farm for 1 hour per day. On screen now is proof and evidence of profits I made from a 1 hour farm only using techniques and methods found in previous videos on my channel, and I am going to show you how to do it. So let's get this party started. Using methods and techniques found in previous videos on my channel, I am going to show you how you can also get results like this with only farming for 1 hour max. I will be using my feral druid in this demonstration who has the leatherworking and skinning professions, but the same principles and methods would work for mining and herbing. Please try to understand that there are so many different variations to this method of farming I am about to show you, it would be impossible to show you them all. So I have decided to use 3 different farms from 3 different expansions. Original World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. Each farm will only last for 1 hour and hopefully show you that you do not need to spend a lot of time on farming to make some decent gold. So let's get started with the first farm in Original World of Warcraft. The first farm is in the Sunken Temple located in the Swamp of Sorrow in the far east of the Eastern Kingdom, and will be the starting place for our 1 hour farm. So because we cannot waste time, let's jump on a flight point and get going. I would like to make one thing very clear with this method of farming. As we have just 1 hour to maximize overall profits, we will not be farming in the same location for that time, and nor will we be farming for transmogs, all profits will come from reagents. So please understand that this method is not instant gold in your purse. You will still need to sell everything on the auction house, but the good news is, every farm I show you and their reagents are always in high demand and should sell within 24 hours, unless you get undercut when you are offline. Once you start getting used to this farming technique, you will soon learn to overlap profits from previous farms, allowing you to have a steady flow of gold coming in each time you log in as long as you keep doing the 1 hour farms. I am not being rude, I promise, but I would like to assume that you already know the basics and advanced methods of farming in WoW. Please do not stress or worry if you do not know, as I have some videos on my channel explaining the best methods to farming that you can browse at your leisure. I shall leave the details below, but with that being said, I would like to try and keep the length of this video down to a minimum, and will be trying a slightly different format to my normal videos. This is the Sunken Temple multi-farm and very straightforward. Only aggro and pull all the dragonkin in the first main room within the dungeon, and pull them all back to the entrance and line of sight, kill them for easy looting and skinning. I will leave the footage running for one loop to show you, or you can watch the full video on my channel in your own time. Just to show you some proof of how profitable this dungeon is, just take a look at this picture. It's not like I have done that many runs this month. The reason you want to line of sight them here is because some of the dragonkin are ranged and will stop some distance away from you, making you move. If you pull them to here, you will not have that problem as you see in the video. Again, this farm is simple. Rinse and repeat 10 times as fast as you possibly can. The benchmark time for a single run in here is under 3 minutes and a 10 run lockout taking you no more than 30 minutes give or take, and that is including looting and skinning. This is the breakdown on what you can expect to obtain from here. Using the same methods as normal, sending all transmogs to my disenchanter unless they are rare drops, convert leathers when possible to do so, and the prices are worth the conversion rates. So double check the auction house before you do, and basically simply sell everything else. You may get lucky with a couple of dream scales which have a nice price tag but very low drop rate, but Sunken Temple being the best place to farm for them. Personally, they are just bonus gold if any drops. I will be showing you what I got at the end of the farm and what potential profits can be made. But let's not waste time and get moving to the second part of the farming route, as we only have just over 30 minutes left, so do not use your hearthstone. You need to run out of the dungeon back upstairs and mount up. Quickly empty and clear your bags, mount up and head towards the blasted lands for part 2 of the farm, trying not to waste any time doing so. The second part to this 1-hour farm is located in the Tainted Forest within the blasted lands, and is an extremely profitable multi-farm for a couple of different reagents. This farm is also very simple and just requires you to do loops of the area, killing, looting, and skinning everything you can and profit. There are so many variations to this method of farming. Always starting with a dungeon or raid farm that you can do within 30 minutes or less, then moving to a reliable outdoor farm for the rest of the hour. For example, after the Sunken Temple farm, I could have stayed in the Swamp of Sorrows for the Fell Cloth multi-farm or Essence of Water. The idea is to limit as much travel time as possible. Again, I will be showing you all results at the end of the farms, but what you see on screen now is what you can expect to obtain from this farm, which are very good sales on the auction house, and is why I choose this farming location. I will now jump ahead so I can show you the results of the farm. We come back with less than 10 seconds of the farm to go. So here are the results for this 1-hour farm. Once you start to overlap farms and profit payouts, you have yourself a steady income of gold, and this is just from one variation as explained. Now for the next expansion. For the next expansion, the same rules and methods apply. First, look at the auction house prices and compare against farms and see what is worth farming. Start the 1-hour farm with a raid or dungeon farm, then move to a reliable open world multi-farm to boost overall chances on profits. In this expansion, I will be showing you advanced variations on farming, giving you more options for making gold. And again, all within a 1-hour farm. Let's go. This time I started with an extremely profitable multi-farm located within the Black Temple in Shadow Moon Valley. Now I apologize, as I mentioned this particular farm in my previous Golden Zone project video recently, but after continued tests this farm is just getting better. We shall be using the Black Temple to farm for motes of water from the water spirits who have an extremely broken drop rate, and the main reason we are here. As this is a raid farm, we only want to be killing the trash up to the first boss, making sure to kill all the water spirits along the way. All other drops are just bonus gold. Once again, I would like to show you the results at the end of the 1-hour farm. But this is just how many motes I got in a 10-run lockout from here, and you have to admit that the drop rate is rather broken. As of the recording of the video on my server, this is the math and how much potential profit I can make just from the motes of water. We now have 32 minutes left of the farm, and we need to select a profitable multi-farm. And the cleft hoofballs in Nagrand will be perfect, so let's head that way. But I will take a small detour to show you some other variations you can add to your route, always compare and checking prices against farms. So before we head to Nagrand, we want to be heading to Illyrian stronghold in Terroka Forest. The plan is simple. As soon as you land, you want to follow the river northwest towards the large lake north of the Cenarian thicket. Along the way, you want to be killing all the damp scale basilisks for their eyes. The damp scale eyes are a rep item and tend to have a decent price tag. Following this river north toward the lake, and you will come across so many basilisks to kill. In this one route I am about to show you, I walked away with 21 eyes and a nice chunk of not hide leather, as well as fell scales and mogs, so it's worth the small diversion. When you get past Turum you will start to see Dreadfang lurkers, which drop Dreadfang sacks, another rep item needed by players, and has a decent price tag and can be sold on the auction house. So you are able to obtain these items on the short run north to the pond. I will speed up the footage once again, and will take you to the next variation you can add to your new route. And yes, we are still heading toward the Cleft Hide farm in Nagrand, just taking another profitable detour along the way. The biggest flaw I see in a lot of different farming videos is the players are limiting themselves to 1 or 2 items when farming and missing out on so much more gold in the exact same location they are in. This is why I am trying to open your eyes so you can see for yourself the golden light in front of you. If you are farming in a location that has 6 profitable and reliable items you can farm and sell, and you are only farming 2 of the 6 items and wasting how much gold, and again you are already there in that same location, so it makes sense to grab as much as you can. After all, you do only have 1 hour farming time available to maximize overall profits. This will be the last profitable detour before our final stop in Nagrand, and like before, this variation of the farm also has variations of its own and so on. Are you starting to see that golden light clearer now, I wonder? If you are passing through an area, why not farm it a little? You never know, the first mob you kill could drop something eye-watering. You never know till you try. With this little detour through Zonga Marsh and with only 21 minutes left on the clock, this will be a flying visit. Farming along the southern mountain range up to the point where you can enter Nagrand on foot. Kill all the fen striders and marsh fang rippers, as both of these mobs have a chance to drop fertile spores and plant parts, which are both rep items again, and always has a decent gold price and sell rate. Just before you leave the zone for Nagrand, and in the same location, as I have marked on the map, you will find a very large group of around 25-ish bog lords. Quickly kills these for more plant parts and also chances on motive life again, never turning down extra profits for a few extra clicks. Once again speeding up the footage and moving on to Nagrand for the final farming location. We reach the final farm variation with only 14 minutes left on the clock, so we best get to work killing all the cleft hoof bulls, and skinning them for the hides, which have an extremely good drop rate. Once you have killed them, move closer to Oshugun and do a complete loop, killing all the void spawns for motes of shadow, as well as kill all the air elementals for motes of air. Personally, I would not bother with the earth elementals, as the prices on motes and primal earth are just harsh, so do not waste your time please. As you are farming in this area, please keep a lookout for small white crystal plotted all around Oshugun, and opening them will give you a crystal, which is yet another rep item that can be sold on the auction house and is stupidly easy to get, and there is a lot up all the time, so extra profits for hardly any effort. For the last 12 minutes I shall once again speed up the footage so we can get to the results. So after a complete 1-hour farm, this is what we was able to obtain, and honestly, that is a rather good amount for the time spent. Yes, this farm would have been better if we stuck to just 1 maybe 2 variations after Black Temple, and was in the same zone maybe. But I wanted to open your eyes and show you how to take full advantage of a zone and get the most amount of gold for your limited time. For this expansion, it's the same rules, methods, techniques as the previous expansion. First, comparing prices against farms in Northrend, starting with a dungeon or raid farm, and ending with a profitable open world multi-farm while taking full advantage of what the zone may offer. So for this example, I started in the Old Kingdom and did a 10-run lockout for Borean leather, Nerubian chitin, and Arctic fur, and was gifted for my hard work with a crap ton of high-value transmogs. I did not come here for the mogs, as you know I really do not mogs farm at all, so all this is just extra profits. I have had a couple of requests from viewers about the route I use here, so I will leave the footage on for 1 run, and speed it up as I would like you to see the results coming up. The last part to this 1-hour farm would of course be in the Borean tundra at Amber Lodge and with the woolly rhinos for more leathers and fur, as this location is extremely underrated. And that was the last 1-hour farm completed. Now if this was a transmogs run, then I would be laughing all the way to the bank, but being realistic, we all know that would not happen. If we could sell mogs at that price and in a reasonable time frame, then everyone would be doing it. Hand on heart, I am honestly not being rude to anyone with this next statement, but I love all you lazy players who cannot be asked or even bothered to go and farm. I am sincerely thankful to you all. Because of you, I have had the choice in World of Warcraft to actually not pay for a monthly sub for the past couple of years now. I work from home and do pay for my sub with cash, but I have the option not to if I wish. Instead, I just buy mounts and pets or merchandise of the store, and soon to be doing giveaways on my channel. This video was only aimed at showing you that it is extremely easy to farm for 1 hour and still make some decent gold. The key to success is to pick the right farms and locations and take full advantage of that zone. Please open your eyes and see what is truly right in front of your nose. All the opportunity for making gold wasted because you either did not know or did not realize. This is why I am extremely happy to help you stop missing out on all that gold. I am highly grateful for all the growing support on the channel. I am only doing this for the love of the game and community, as well as to try and help my social anxiety. I really do hope you found this video insightful, informative, and helpful in some way or another. I am just trying to help you make as much gold as myself. Thank you so much for watching. All I ask is that you hit that like and subscribe buttons, as it's helping the channel to grow rapidly thanks to you lovely people. So with all that said, I wish you all an epic week ahead, but most importantly, stay safe everyone.